how do we create a perfect ecosystem for social and economic impact, right? We all want to help people, but you still have to make money. You have to create a mechanism by which rich people who have capital gains can put that money into the hood, right? We looked at it through art, right? Art as a form of education, art as a form of activism, art as an economic lever, right? So it's somewhat simple. If you take your capital gains, put it in these opportunity zones, which are predominantly in poor communities, right? You can give some impact. Now, what type of impact? Most of the time, it's designed for real estate ventures. We're using that same model, but putting in there education, training, and then we're looking at real estate as a way long-term for job creation versus just renting or leasing, right? So it's looking at how do we build something that will teach and educate and then put that money back into the community. Our vision creatively is about television because that's 9 months of employment out the year. To have television, you need facilities, right? We're probably not going to be the end-all be-all facility. Eventually people will build massive ones. But our deal is a little mixed bag of big enough to have TV shows, also small enough to have training happening. I personally want to keep it in an urban area on the east side. Part of it is to allow that money, that commerce to occur in those areas. Another part of it is to give those areas something to brag about, something that was theirs in a way. Another part of it is there's not a lot of urban backlots. There's not a lot of urban areas that you can film in from a cinematic standpoint. You can't ask the Russo brothers, no matter how much they love Cleveland, to come here and risk $50 million on people who don't know, right? So I started really looking at that and said, okay, the labor aspect of it, you don't have to go to college for. Most of these guys who are grips and electrics, that's not how they learned it. Then I looked at the fatherhood programs that they had, and a lot of them were general construction, right? So I said, okay, most of the dudes I know that are carpenters, grips, or electrics, any of the grunt work on the set, they come from that background. Look, it's easy for me to come in here and say, yeah, you know, kid of a teenage mom, father was a drug addict, got murdered, fresh off Kinsman, played football to get to college, didn't have the grades, art's got him through college, art pays him. That's not to say that that is the average conversation of the black guy who did something with himself, right? But at the end of the day, rarely do we come into those conversations with the financial numbers. Yeah. What kills a lot of minorities who have great ideas is that we have not put together the financial structure to bridge the gap between ourselves and financial partners. Have we put together the right package financially to help them get into these spaces? I think that's what makes our project really special, is that financially the package is pretty dope, you know?